Hey, CYBL fam, welcome. It's been a while since we've been on here from the
Mhm.
Eastern Conference, but we are back with the Eastern Conference CYBL Today pod with myself and Coach Adriel. How you feeling today, Adriel?
I'm feeling good, bro. Like the season thus far has been so
Hmm.
amazing, so intense. It's something I look forward to like every week. So I'm feeling good. I'm
Hmm.
feeling good to talk about it today.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And I mean, last time, I'm gonna make sure, last time we were on the pod, I called you Adrian. So I'm gonna make sure it's Adriel on this pod,
That
okay?
that would be great.
But yeah, just so for everybody that's listening, we literally have just completed the end of the regular season.
Hmm.
The stage is now set. It's playoff time
Hmm.
about to unfold here. And just reviewing the regular season, man, what were some things that stood out to you this season? And also what were some things that you didn't expect this season as
Mm.
well?
I'd say there's different like categories to the things that I didn't expect. Firstly, I'll
Hmm.
talk about just the talent pool we have this season. I
Hmm.
think compared to last season, the talent pool has grown so much to the point
Hmm.
we have more players, but not
Yeah.
only that, but we have more players of higher caliber, right?
Yeah.
Because of that, it makes each game so interesting, especially now that the teams are balanced like across the board. Like you
Hmm.
can expect a close game no matter what team is playing, right? So I think
Yeah.
he stood out, and yeah, that for me stood out. The next thing is how receptive like everyone was in their huddle and just
Hmm.
at CYBL in general, hearing all the stories from all the coaches and how their huddles went, and not only that, but the relationships that they've built with their team and the
Yeah.
camaraderie and the mentorship that's going on. So that's another thing that stood out to me as well. The other thing that stood out to me, just to take a moment to talk about the parents side of things, is they come out to play. Like
They
every
cut.
game, they feel, they shout, they cheer for their team, and so
Hmm.
that's really something that encourages the kids to play. Right, it encourages the athletes to play and to do their best, knowing that their parents are right there looking at them.
Hmm.
So, yeah, those are a couple of things that stands out to me.
Yeah. No, I would definitely say we had seen, I think the last game, the double header night for the Sharks. Like we saw the most fans I think we've seen in the stands
Yeah,
ever so far in the Eastern Conference. It was packed
it was.
and it was hype. Every game was close. Every
Mhm.
game was intense, bro. Like coming down the stretch, the last moments of the game were like crazy, man. And so like with that being said, like is there a game or a moment that has stood out to you this season?
I think a game that stood out to me was, who did we play? I think we played the Tides that one time. I think two
Mm,
games. If I'm mistaken, it's probably the game before. If it's not the game before, that it was the game before the game before. But it was the game we played against the
yeah.
Tides, and I felt like something for us clicked as a team, us the Rockets, because for me, I was talking to my wife, and I was trying to think of ideas as to how to best utilize everyone on my team, strategies to put in place in order to put everyone in the best situation so that they can be successful in
Yeah.
whatever role that they're playing. And I was thinking about this for about a week and a half, and then I feel like the Holy Spirit just deposited in me like some a plan of action, and I was like, okay, let's try
Mm,
that. But then I switched some things around. I place certain individuals together in certain time frames
mhm,
with encouragement, and I just told them to have fun, right? Don't allow the fear
mhm.
of not trying and not doing to cripple you, right? Just go out there,
Yeah.
basketball, trust each other, rely on each other, right?
Mhm,
So I feel like that game something clicked. Not only were
mm,
we being good on defense, not only were we having active hands on defense, playing good defense, team defense, but we were
mhm.
also scoring the basket, right?
Yeah.
Even like I have my top scorers, but even the players that aren't the top scorers on my team, they also had a chance to shine and they also made
Mhm.
buckets. So that game against the Tides was indeed uh, the game that I remember throughout. Yeah, the game that I remember throughout the season. I remember the entire the fans that were in the stands. They cheered so hard whenever we had scored, because I think we were down before, and then we came back, and then we took the lead, and then we eventually won the game. So that game,
Yeah.
like a game that.
Oh man, that's crazy. Honestly, I've been watching the Rockets kind
Mm,
of ascend over the second half of the season here, and they're looking as a team that's well put together now.
mm,
Like I feel like the chemistry starting to click between them too. And like you're watching them really kind of like, man, there was one game I think they were playing the Hornets one game. They almost dismantled them. They almost took them out. And
yeah.
then they end up playing like they played us, they beat us, you guys beat us,
Mm,
big game. Then you beat the Tides. Then like
mm,
then you beat the Tides again. So you've had some big games where we've seen you guys come onto the other side, and now I feel
mm.
like there's momentum there. I would also say I think the Rockets are probably the best shooting team in the league right now in terms of like their actual consistency behind the arc.
Yeah,
I think they're the best 3-point shooting team right now, which makes you guys kind of dangerous because you guys spread the floor like that. So
exactly.
it's kind of crazy.
Exactly. I agree on that. And also like we have the ability to drive as well, right?
Hmm.
With
Hmm.
Malik, with Wild, with Nathan, and with even with Safe too, we can drive it down,
Yeah.
or we can kick it out and shoot it.
Colton. You also
Yeah,
have
Colton
Colton,
as well. Oh my god. Like it's a
former
well
MVP.
put together team. Exactly. The former MVP that led the Sharks to the championship last season.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
really good.
So man, it's impressive. And I think coming now as we look at the playoff picture,
Hmm.
um, let's turn our attention there for a moment because obviously this is going to be really, really interesting coming on the stretch. I just want to pull up the standings on my phone here so I can get a good look at kind of what's coming down the pipeline for these teams here. When we look at when we look in the Eastern Conference right now, just after everything's been finalized, we see the Hornets 5-1 on the season. Man, they've been something, eh?
Yeah,
What are your
they've been
thoughts about the
killing it
Hornets?
this season. Honestly, they've been killing it. And what's funny is that they look like they're having so much fun at it too,
Mm-hmm,
right? Playing together, even trying to dish it out to the players that aren't known as the shooters too. They're trying
mm-hmm.
to have everyone touch the ball, have everyone get a shot off and everything. And I feel like, yeah, they've been really doing their thing this season.
They have. And obviously, it being their first season, like the expansion team,
Exactly.
it's not something you would normally see
Hmm.
from an expansion team, right? So that's also something that's really interesting, pretty
Hmm.
crazy. I also think when you think about like the Hornets, you look at like the fact that you have a bunch of new star players that
Hmm.
we've never seen before, like Ty, like what's his name, Caden, like
Levi.
Levi in the post. Those guys are the trio that's really, they're the
Hmm.
big three, I would
Hmm.
say, on that team. But what I find really interesting is they don't seem to win games by a lot. They just seem to
That's
squeeze them
true.
out.
Yeah.
If you really look at the end of these games, like they're winning by 4 points, 3 points, 2 point, like they're not like it's crazy. They're just squeezing it out at the end.
Exactly.
And so you have that. And then you have the Royals who are 4-2 right
Mhm.
now. And what are your thoughts on the Royals right now this
The
season?
Royals, I feel like, I
My
mean,
team.
throughout the entire season, they've had like a solid game going for them,
Hmm.
offensively and defensively. Like being led by Caleb and his defensive prowess as well as his offensive prowess. Well, not only that, but you have Adrian there who's stepping up to the plate as well, putting some
Hmm.
shots up. You have Kyla, if I'm not mistaken.
Mila.
Mila. Sorry, I have
Yeah,
a Kyle on
yeah,
my team, so I gotta mix stuff up. But yeah, you have Mila, who's also really good at ball handling as well, and then you have Emmanuel too, who's really good. So you have a really good team who's playing really good basketball team together, right? You can
yeah.
see that
Hmm.
on the court in the way how they play defense, as well as how they play offense, right? So
Hmm.
I think that the three teams, I think the Rockets, the Royals, and the Hornets,
Hmm.
and you, in my humble opinion, it can go either way with those three teams if they're playing.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's really interesting. And like as I look at the Royals right now, we are the best defensive team in the league. Like when you look at our points against, everybody else is over 200. We have 167 points against, which shows you how strong our defense
Mhm.
is. It's literally our bread and butter. It's the
Yeah.
difference. It's a difference maker in the way that we play.
Mhm.
It's our defense. And then obviously we look at the so you guys are now 3-3 after that win. The Tides are 2-4, and they kind of been like a little bit up and down, but
Yeah,
they're a team that's unpredictable. And I think
it
them
is.
being the fourth seed is going to be a hard out for anybody. Same thing with the Sharks. I feel like the
Yeah.
Sharks, man, the potential is there. We just need to see them a little more, especially in the final moments of the game,
Yeah.
playing a little more together.
I
I think
think.
if you start to watch them play a little more together in the end of the games, like some of those games that were losses could turn to wins just
Hmm.
by some better decision making down the stretch in the end of the games. That's what I would say because and I think it's going to be a battle, man. So,
That's one thing too.
uh-huh,
Like just like last season, like the regular season standing, it's good to try your best to get to do as best as you can. But like we
hmm
saw, like in the playoff, anything can happen,
anything
right?
can happen.
So I do feel
Anything.
like each team has the potential to potentially come out with the win,
Hmm.
the to win the final, but it just depends on how they play together as a team and throughout the game, not just at the beginning and then play in a big
Yeah,
game later on. So
yeah,
I think that
yeah.
it'll be a
And
great
so
play.
I agree. The format for the playoffs is also going to look interesting. It's going to be a little different because now we have five teams, not
Mm-hmm.
four.
Mm-hmm.
So for all of you that are listening, essentially how it'll work is you're going to have the top three seeds. So that's essentially the Hornets, Royals, and Rockets have locked in the semifinal matchup. So they automatically advance to the semifinals. The Tides and the Sharks have to play a quarterfinal matchup in order to make it into the semis. So that's where the battle's going to be. Whoever gets knocked out of the quarterfinals is out, right? They won't make it to the semifinals to compete. So it's crazy. It's crazy. What are what are your predictions going into the playoffs? I wanna hear this.
Predictions. As the Rockets coach,
Hmm.
I am saying that I think we have what it takes. Just looking back on the season thus far, you look at the Hornets who were undefeated when we
Hmm.
came along, right? They were I think 4-0 or 3-0 or something like that.
They're four
And
and zero. Yeah,
exactly, and
you
we
beat
like
them.
we did what it took and we gave them their first loss. So I think that
Hmm.
honestly, each team has what it takes to do it, but I think I'm believing in my Rockets that we can come out with a W this
Mm.
season. Even with
Okay.
the Royals too, this season. Last time we played together, we came out with a W too. So I'm like, I think we have what it takes. I think we can
Okay.
come out with
Okay.
it. So I'm
Okay.
saying Rockets wins it all. That's my
Wow. Okay.
prediction.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Bold prediction again. You know I'm known for these bold predictions, right? Rockets wins it all. I'm gonna say the honestly, I'm gonna say the Hornets.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I was they look at their score, bro. I don't know if honestly their score is quite crazy. They're
Mhm.
what? Let me see. They are 5-1, so that's pretty hard to not include them in that discussion, right? So I
Okay.
think
Okay.
that honestly, now that I said it out loud, I'm like maybe the Royals, maybe the Royals. But I'll stick the Rockets first, wins it all.
Okay.
The
Okay.
Hornets second, Royals third, and then Tides and the Sharks. It's a bit of a it's not sure and nothing sure with that game, right?
Mhm.
Nothing sure to see who will get the fourth seed, but I think overall the Tides do have what it takes to come out with the W against that match. So
Mhm. Mhm.
that's my prediction.
Okay. 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 I see. I see. Um, it's all good, bro. It's all good. We'll see what happens for real when the games get going. But
What do you
in
think?
my
What do you think?
in my mind, this is my predictions. All right. I'm going. I think our defense has only gotten better, and I think that with what we have going on defensively, teams haven't figured this out yet. And I think Royals first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going. I'm going Hornets second. Well, actually, that's tough because like you get Rockets did beat
Mm-hmm.
the the Hornets. Man, but I don't want to put fuel. I don't want to give fuel to the fire for the Hornets. So I'm going Hornets
Okay,
second,
fair enough, fair enough.
Rockets third, and
Okay,
I'm going Tides fourth, and Sharks fifth.
yeah.
That's what I think. I think, um, yeah, I think a lot of what you see in the regular season, personally, I think is what you're going to see in the playoffs this season. But
Mm-hmm.
hey, I'm all up for teams proving me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all up for that. That's just what my thoughts are on this playoffs this season.
Mm-hmm.
But um, honestly, who would you say is the biggest underdog?
The biggest underdog. Let's see. I think the biggest underdog this season would be the Tides.
Mm,
Because with
mm,
Isaac being one of the leading scorers of this season, not only that, but they have Gospar as well, who's also one of the leading
mm-hmm,
rebounders of this
mm-hmm,
season. I think they do have what it takes. I
mm-hmm,
really think they do have what it takes to be able to do something in this playoff because they have the talent on their team and they have
mm,
a really good coach who's coaching them, who's been coaching for years now. So I think with the right strategy, with the right motivations, and with the right focus, I do think that they can pull an upset.
mm-hmm.
But it's gonna be tough because the three teams that are the Hornets, Royals, and the Rockets, they have good defense, but only that, but they can score the ball as well. So it's gonna
Yeah,
be a tough one for the Tides if they were to do it.
yeah. No, I agree. I think so. Here's the thing. I feel for Isaac because he's been having an MVP caliber season,
Yeah,
but some of the games just haven't gone his way. You
yeah,
know what I mean? And that is in the All-Star in the MVP voting, it's going to be a hard one when you look at the record of their team. But no, not to say that he can't still get voted. It's just going to be difficult considering that they're 2-4. But
yeah.
man, he's had an MVP caliber season in my
Hmm.
opinion, with the help of God's power, who seemed to just keep improving as the season went on. And not to mention Liam, who is
Exactly.
also on. He's been an incredible shooter on their team.
Hmm.
Tate, who also has been great.
Hmm.
Jonathan's been good. Like they've got a
Yeah,
squad
they do.
together. Evelyn, who's also good. Like they've got so many pieces on that team.
Hmm.
Um, and I think it could click at the right moment. And if it does, it could be scary. I think it
Exactly.
could be scary. I don't think any of us want to see the Tides in the semifinals, but it's gonna happen. Someone's gonna see them, and they could. I think if there's any team, because what's really gonna happen is first round of playoffs. I mean, first semifinal matchup is gonna be you and me. That's semifinal matchup. It's Rockets versus
Hmm.
Royals, and then you look at whoever wins in the quarterfinals between the Sharks will be playing the Hornets. If the Tides end up playing the Hornets, I believe that the Tides could beat them.
I think so too.
I believe the Tides could beat them. I could see it. I could see Isaac having a monster game, and with his whole squad there, because you got to remember they just played last game. They played you guys, which I mean, obviously, granted, you guys deserved that win because you also were missing Colton, but they were also missing Liam and Tate. That's something to consider, I think, in their next game against the Hornets. But again, the Sharks, I can't cut the Sharks out because they just played against the Hornets and they only lost by what, 4 points? It
Yeah,
was
exactly.
40-36 in a tight game. But yeah, my money's still on the Tides personally to
Yeah,
come out and potentially make some upsets as the underdogs. And it'd be kind of a cool story to see them do it too.
it would be. It
Obviously,
would be.
you know, I wouldn't want it to be my team, but you know,
Me neither.
it could happen, bro. But
Mhm.
yeah, I guess like from that going into let's talk about some of the awards, upcoming awards coming up, and what our thoughts are for
Mhm.
what we think for some of those awards. We're looking at. Let's first think about the defensive MVP award. Who do you think that goes to this season? I feel like there's a couple it could be.
Yeah, I feel like there is a couple. I think defensive MVP. I mean, we can start with the defensive MVP that was the last season defensive MVP, which is Caleb. We start with Caleb.
Hmm.
His
Yeah.
defensive game is at the top there. You know, he does it all. He blocks. He gets the offensive rebound, defensive rebounds. He steals. He
Hmm.
has good hands. He's overall a good defensive player,
He
right?
is. He
And
is.
moving to the Hornets, I think Levi is also
Mm.
up there too.
Levi, man,
The
he's
yeah
been.
candidates too because He gets blocks, right? He gets
Mm-hmm.
rebounds. He can get steals as well. I think on the Rockets, I think Nathan Kashira, who's done such a great job this
Mm.
season defensively, right? Getting
Yep.
like those steals, leading my team in
He's
steals.
leading the league in steals right now.
Exactly, leading the league in steals, and he's just really athletic, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so, and he has the skill too to know when to steal, when not to steal, and how to control his hands and not to cause a foul or anything like that, which is great. Honestly, I think Godspar as well is who's up there
Mm-hmm.
as well, right? We have so many great players who
Yeah, that's true.
are like able to get this trophy. So yeah, I'm excited to see who comes out with it
Wow.
this season.
I'm looking at Nathan Kashira right now. Man, I wish he
Yeah.
was in the league. I wish he was in the league earlier because he'd have more stats to kind of
Oh
put
yeah.
towards this.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about this season, and he's got one block a game per game. He's got
Hmm.
6.4 rebounds and 3.8 steals
Hmm.
to go along with his 7 points per game.
Yeah.
So if we're talking about right now defensive impact, he's definitely got to be up there. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, I think Caleb is also he's leading the league in blocks with 1.7, and
Hmm.
he's got 10.3 rebounds and 1.7 steals. So
Hmm.
it's going to be an interesting battle there. If I had to put some other people into the conversation of that, I think Caden, who's at also got he's also got 1.7 blocks, but and he's got point 0.5 steal. So I think he's another person you put in the conversation. Someone else that I would also put in the conversation too when it comes to blocks. I mean, when it comes to defense, is when you call it, you've got. I think there's the God's power we just talked about. I would
Hmm.
even say Mila. Mila's got. She's been a steal. Like she's been crazy on the steals all
Yeah.
season too.
That's true.
Um, so, but there's a lot of people you could say that you could put in the conversation, and I mean, to be honest, hey, shout out to the Rockets again. I mean, shout out to the Royals again, because I'm looking here, and in the top 10 of steals, we've got like what 3 players in there, 3 players in there. Pretty, I mean, you know, I'm just saying we
You
got
can.
some people that
It shows.
defense, bro. Defense wins championships, man. So
Yeah.
we're looking at that. We're looking at that now. Let's talk about for the first time we're going to be introducing the most improved player because we
Mm.
actually have a season, the second season now with the most improved player. And that one's going to be an interesting one. What are your thoughts?
Let's see. I think, just because you were talking about her before, I think thinking about a most improved play, I think Mila is definitely in that category just because
Mm,
when we had done the combine, right?
mm-hmm,
We saw what she was
mm-hmm,
capable of, but when the games actually started, she showed that she was better than what she had showed in the combine.
mm,
Saying that, but she's improving, like playing the team ball defensively. She's improved, like she has improved.
yeah.
I feel like Mala is definitely in that discussion. Let's
Mm-hmm,
see. I said for the Rockets on my team,
mm-hmm,
Kyla, right?
mm,
Who's grown so much this season, right? It took a while for the team to mesh together. And I felt
yeah,
like when we did halfway through the season, she became more courageous. She became more confident in the way that she played, taking those shots, right? Not shying
yeah,
backing down from the players or the intensity of the games, but she would
yeah, yeah, yeah.
try to get the passes off and shoot the ball without even allowing the fear to get to her. So I think
Mm,
Kyle on my team is in that category. I think that let's see. I think Jonathan too on the
Jonathan, he's one I
yeah
was thinking of too.
Jonathan too on the Tides. He's
Mm-hmm,
really improved, and he was at our CYBL summer camp, and we've seen him grow over
mm-hmm,
those
mm-hmm.
days in not only the way how he played the game, but his knowledge of the game, his
Yeah,
enthusiasm about the game, and learning more about Jesus in the midst of all that. We've seen how he grew as a person, right? So
mm-hmm,
I think that Jonathan really grew a lot this season, and he learned a lot
yeah,
from like the refs and all that, but from his coach as well. He really learned a lot from his coaches and from the players that are around him as well. So I think that at least those three players come to mind
mm-hmm.
with those words as of now.
No, that's good. That's good. I think that's good, some good options there. And I mean, like the thing is with this season too, we have so many new players. So there's
Yeah,
2 ways we can look at this award. You can look at this award as improvement from last season to this season, but you can also look at it as improvement throughout the season, which is kind of what you did.
Exactly.
I mean, you did a little bit of both with Jonathan there too, but I think that's definitely something to that I would say as well. I think even like another player that I can throw in there that has improved, just like from one season to another season, would be someone like Adrian. I think Adrian is definitely been stepping it up offensively. He's been stepping it up. He's averaging 5 points a game, 2.8 rebounds a game, 1.0 steals per game. So he's another player that I can say I'm watching and I'm looking at it like he's been stepping it up as well. And I think just even over the course of the season, another player I would look at. Actually, hold on a second. I got another one from my team, Giovanni.
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 Oh, man.
Giovanni. Giovanni, man, he had at least one three
One,
pointer
three.
in almost every game except for this last one that we played.
Yeah,
Almost every other game he had a 3 point, at least one. And in
exactly.
the first game of the season, he hit four threes, bro.
Four threes. The stadiums were the entire arena erupted every time he hit a
Erupted.
three. It was like another one, and then he would score it again, and then another one he would score it again. And everyone was like, "Oh!"
Yeah, it's
But yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
It's
such a great
crazy.
game that day.
So no, so I gotta put Giovanni in the conversation. He's had a
Mhm.
stellar season, and he's improving, and so that's something that I definitely want to put him up for and want to continue to see that.
Mhm.
And then the other player that I've seen improve over the course of the season is Nate Docker on the Sharks.
Mhm.
Um, he's really improved. His confidence has grown. We've
Yeah,
watched kind of like him just like control the offense a little more, make like the right read, the right play. So it's cool. It's cool
yeah.
watching that over the course and like
Actually,
you know.
yeah. Now that you reminded me of another player on the Sharks, Mustafa.
Mm-hmm.
Mustafa has
Mm,
really grown
mm,
so much this season. I remember seeing him at the combine, and he looked like a really great player. But now that we're at the end of the season, and I've seen the games that he's played, the confidence
mm,
that he's
mm,
had, his ability to drive and dish it out or to pass the ball. I think that over time he's gotten better and better, and I think that he's definitely he should be in that category as well. I
Oh
think.
yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's good. That's good. My next question for you is when it comes to the MVP award, the highly prized award, the MVP award. Who are your guys that come to mind when you
Uh,
think about MVP this season? Because hey, I gotta say it, and some of the players that we were looking at that we thought would be MVP at the start of the season aren't necessarily the ones that are on the top near at the end
yeah,
of the season. You know what I mean? So we
this
got
is
some new
tough.
guys that have stepped up. So yeah.
This is tough. I think that. Well, first of all, I think Isaac is definitely like the first name that comes to mind when I think of the
Hmm.
MVP this season. Yes, his team they probably aren't where they thought they would be at the beginning of
Hmm.
of the season, but I do think that he has put up such great performances throughout
Man.
every single game. He's been consistent in that way. So I think Isaac's definitely in that category. When I think of of my team, I think of Colton, right? He's been kind of
Hmm.
leader starting off. He had a rough start to the season, but throughout the middle and the end of it, he really came out and did his thing. I also think that Caleb as well in the Royals, he's also an MVP candidate, just in the way that he's been
Oh yeah.
leading his team in a lot of the statistical areas, but not only that, but leading his team to victories, right? Being that leader on that team to help them in whatever they need and to instruct them in whatever way that they need it. So I think that is Caleb is definitely in that category. When I think of the Hornets, I think of um,
Ty?
Ty or Caden, right? But I feel like Ty is more so. It's really tough this season. I feel like
He's averaging 13.4 points a game right now. So
yeah. I think
second
that
most in the East.
exactly. I think Ty is definitely in that category as well.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, something that we can see in players that are could be considered for this award is they all show leadership in different
Hmm.
ways, right, on their team. So I think that Ty does that as well. And let's see, on the Tide. Yeah, that's all that comes to mind for now.
Hey, no, that's good. That's good.
But
That's
yeah,
good. I mean, hey, I think Isaac, I like Isaac because when I look at Isaac, and I actually I don't know if I've said it out, but now it's going to
Mhm.
be public knowledge if I haven't already said it. But I believe, and people could say whatever they want, but we're gonna see. I believe that Isaac is the future of CYBL. I think he is the future
Mhm.
face of CYBL, not even just in the Eastern Conference, but I believe in the league. I believe he is going to be one of the faces of CYBL. He's in grade 8. He's averaging 17.2 points a game right
Yep.
now, as
Mhm.
he's just graduated grade 8, going to grade 9.
Yeah.
He's got many years to continue
Oh
to
yeah.
improve.
Oh yeah.
And when I look at his archetype as a player, he reminds me very much so of like a young Aiden.
Mm.
He reminds me of an
I
Aiden
see. I
Stockton,
see.
young Aiden. And so if we're talking about, hey, who's the next Aiden Stockton? Central Conference, sorry, but like I just don't see the next Aiden Stockton right now in the Central. I see it in Isaac. And I think that's where it's going to be. I think it's in Isaac in the East.
Yeah.
Hey, and I mean the next OCC, we'll get to see him show up again because
Exactly.
he showed up in the last OCC when he
Mhm.
filled in for Tristan on my
He
team,
did. He did.
and he played incredible alongside Caleb
Exactly.
and almost took down the strikers.
Yeah.
Almost took down the strike. We
Yeah.
literally were
Yeah.
leading most of that game.
Yeah.
So, so obviously when we talk about
Mhm.
if we want to make him put him in a conversation as the next Aiden Stockton,
Mhm.
well, obviously he's got to have some more OCC appearances. I think
Mhm.
he will have those appearances, and I think
Mhm.
he'll be there for those moments. But yeah, I definitely think Isaac is a future like superstar if we're looking at that.
Yeah, I agree with you there, bro. Honestly, I've been watching him since he came in the league. When
Hmm.
he came that one day and was asking about CYBL, what is this? And you know we got him signed up, and ever since he's been like plowing ahead, doing his thing,
Hmm.
playing the game of basketball at a high level. And I've also had the chance to get to know him a little bit more and get to even play with him. I'm like, yo,
Hmm.
he's really good. He
He
understands the game
is.
of basketball. He knows how um, to score the ball and how to learn from the players you're
Hmm.
playing against and use like kind of the things that they're not good at and use them at his
Hmm.
advantage. So I feel like he I agree with you. He definitely does have the potential to be the face of CYBL moving forward.
Yeah, I agree, and especially as we move into a new era of CYBO because we're about to move into a new era. And I mean, obviously, we're moving in Central. It's kind of like in the Central Conference is a really a new era because there's a bunch of superstars that are retiring. But it's also similar, even though we've only had 2 seasons here, because Caleb's going to be retiring, Nathan's going to be retiring. So like, there are a few players that are on top. Like Caleb was essentially he was the first all CYBO team last season. And so we're talking about he's going to be retiring after this season. So it really is kind of a changing of the guard. It's a new era that's about to
Yeah, yeah.
be upon us in CYBL. And I think when we think about that, we got to think about, hey, who's going to take the baton? Who is
Mm,
taking that and becoming the face and taking it to the next level? So yeah, man, it's some exciting things. Also, obviously, so for me, I'm going to say, I think if I had my 3 candidates, it's going like this. It's going Isaac, Ty, Caleb.
mhm.
I actually think those are the three. To be honest, I don't have them in any particular order at this point, but
Yeah, it's tough.
those are the three that I've got. I think that the playoffs is where superstars are made. So the playoffs is where superstars are made. Obviously, MVP is a regular season award, but I think when we look at who's going to be kind of like who's the best CYBL player in the Eastern Conference this season? I
Hmm.
think the playoffs is going to show us
Hmm.
who that really is
Hmm.
down the stretch here. Uh, so some pretty exciting stuff.
Hmm.
Also, I wanted to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out because it's talked about some Caleb. Caleb, this is just breaking news. Caleb has just committed to Canada Christian College. Come on, bro.
Let's go, bro. So proud of you, bro. Oh
Yeah,
my.
so proud of you. He is the first CYBL player to make it to the collegiate level
Yeah.
and CYBL meeting their main
Hmm.
base.
Hmm.
That's huge.
Yeah.
And so Caleb has made his way from CYBL after just 1 season at CYBL, going to the OC. It's been a big year for this kid. He's gone
Exactly.
from the first season at CYBL, goes to the finals in the
Hmm.
East, even though we lose, unfortunately, gets to the OCC,
Mm-hmm.
almost takes down the Strikers. Even though we lose, we end up getting the third medal. But
Mm-hmm.
he ends up getting scouted,
Yep.
ends up going to their training camps, and gets a scholarship
There you go.
and is committed to CCC. So that's some
Yeah.
exciting stuff,
That's
man.
so exciting. Honestly, his effort and everything, his hard work has paid off, and I'm so proud
Mhm.
of him. Excited for what the future holds for Caleb, and yeah, man, gonna miss him, but
I
you
know,
know, it's
man.
good, bro. It's good. It's good.
He's on to the things that the Lord has for him next. So
Exactly.
it's good.
Exactly.
It's good. Um, but yeah, guys, I obviously we're over time here, so we want to cut it. We're gonna end it about here. But just want to remind you guys, hey, tune in for this playoffs in the East, in the Central. Tune into all of it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. But I think this Eastern Conference playoffs is going to be obviously we've only had 2 seasons, but I think this is going to be the best one yet in the
I
East that
agree.
we've had. It's going to be extremely fun with
Hmm.
the Kings Cup on the line. But yeah, we just encourage you guys tune in online. If you're in the city of Kingston, come out and watch at Rio Heights Community Center. It's going to be the place to be. It's going to be an exciting time. We just want to leave you with this. Our theme for this season is for his glory. So we want to just remind you guys that God deserves all the glory in our lives. And so in everything that we do, let's look to see how we can give him glory in our lives. We love you guys. Bless you guys. And hope to see you soon. Take care, guys.
Take care, guys.